Yeah.
Is there a song at the start?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's just all it is?
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on? Jomboy and Jake Radio. It's May 30th. That was the Undertaker theme song music, which I'd never heard before. I was waiting for like song to start.
How would you picture that song going?
Similar like Metallica Enter Sandman, like yeah, like a voice comes in like that.
That's a different song.
What you did is exactly what I expected. That's a different song?
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. I was trying to tell you, like, we said this is World Wildlife Federation songs this week, and that's the number one. Like, I'm picturing that's the coolest song there is. I don't know our WWE fans that are in the chat right now. You guys can maybe confirm. But like there's that when I picture a WWE scene, it's like Vince McMahon, two other guys in the ring, like there's some major beef going on, and then they play the Undertaker bell, and it's like, oh shoot, the crowd goes nuts with people who think wrestling is real. And then you're kind of one of them for a second.
I don't think people think wrestling's real.
It's a mix. I mean, like I think when I was like 12, I did, and I enjoyed it.
Wow. So
it's kind of a Santa Claus thing. You got Santa Claus pulled out before you had a chance, it sounds like.
No, I just never saw the allure of it. But like when you talk to people who love wrestling, they're like, we know it's fake. It's just like a TV show. It's drama.
Right, but when you get into it, you don't. Because think about that. I'm going to get into fake fighting. That's not how it works. You get into wrestling and you're like, this is cool. They're flying around. They're fighting. Then someone does the Santa Claus thing on you, and it's, are you going to still celebrate Christmas or are you not?
That's good. That's a good way to put it. There was a time when someone got fake run over.
Right.
I remember that. And that was, I think, I lived in Australia at the time, so I had to be 8 to 10 years old, probably 9 years old. And that was when I was like, oh, this is fake.
Right.
I remember talking to my friends like, you don't really think he got run over, right?
Right.
Because he didn't.
I just remember like that stuff you used to compartmentalize like a movie. Like you're watching a movie and, you know, you see the truck go drive over the rock and you're like, damn, is that the end of the rock? And then you see him get up and he's covered in mud.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a truck driving over a rock.
Oh, no.
Like a truck commercial. Look how good this truck is. And you were worried like, oh, did the rock get hurt?
Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. your 2020 president.
Bobby's in the chat.
Yeah, I saw it. Bobby, Simple Man Radio, our good friends, came out. Hey guys, how big are your sceners? And then, just in case we missed it, gave us the asterisk. Ask wieners. Small. How you doing, Jim?
I'm good. We are a little later in the day than we usually do JJR. You had to get a lot of beauty sleep.
Yeah.
I was excited for you that you slept so long. Jake doesn't sleep in usually.
No.
You're a 7 a.m. guy, if that. I would say like if you slept in the 9, I'd be like, whoa, Jake sleeping in today. That's wild. You caught some Z's all the way to like 10 a.m.
Yeah, and I went to bed at like 11. I got my doctor's recommended 11 hours in. I think if you still do back-to-back days, like 48 hours, I'm still short on sleep technically. Sleeping, that was the coolest thing I've ever done.
You said that a couple times now. I thought it was a joke, but now I think you genuinely it was the coolest thing you ever did.
I can't explain to you. My hips hurt, my knees hurt, my feet hurt.
Okay. Shins?
And my brain wasn't working properly, which is tough because it doesn't work properly normally. And now it's like, it's an all cure. People, you guys listen to us for the health tips. Get some sleep. It's the cure-all.
Sleep, water, ibuprofen.
I think
and weather.
I think that's everybody's biggest growing up moment is the first time you get a good night's rest. Because you go through college, you don't get a good night's rest. Sure, there's a couple days you sleep for 12 hours, but it's because you blacked out and you hadn't slept in 4 days, which is essentially what I did growing up. But that first time you catch that good sleep, you're like, oh, this is what everyone was talking about. This is why my parents told me to go to bed for like 15 years. And so I'm on year 10 of 15 with my mom telling me to go to bed. But
It's sleep, fresh air, Pepto-Bismol. I don't like Pepto-Bismol, actually. Katie gave me that. I always felt like Tums and Pepto-Bismol were a rivalry, and I'm hard team Tums.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. I always thought, like, I don't fuck with Pepto-Bismol. That's pink, dumb stuff. I'm a Tums guy through and through.
For me, it's kind of same team.
Oh, you think they're like teammates?
Yeah, I've got them as like starting pitcher and the closer. I don't use them in any order.
Okay.
But
so you
I
have
have
new age baseball. You just have
doubles tennis.
There you go. That's a better teamwork.
That's better teamwork.
What about like 2-on-2 basketball and they're on the same squad?
No, that's so dumb. Don't ever say that.
I'm full Tums.
Full Katumsis.
Tums guy. We have to rank your day yesterday, Jake.
Ooh, okay. So flight gets delayed. So all right, this is basically all day yesterday.
All right.
Red eye. We do have a crying baby, confirmed. Only a row and a head, row to the side up from me, so it's not too close. Oh no, it was pretty close. And I had a really handsy neighbor. Seemed like a nice guy, but being a little handsy.
Due to me, what he was doing to you. We're on an airplane.
It's just like a lot. It's just like a lot of.
That's not okay. He wasn't doing that to you,
dude.
He wasn't doing that to you.
What are you talking about? He's a sleeping guy on a red eye.
He was petting your leg.
He's making contact. He's making contact. What do you think when I say making contact? What do you think it is? Like, dude, that's normal plane shit. I'm not gonna complain about that. I flew for I didn't grope your leg. I did a bump. I did a bump. Picture someone shifting and doing that.
I'm fine. I'm not arguing you. If this is what this guy was doing,
that's not a grope.
Which I believe you. That's so ridiculous.
That's why I tried to tell you. I hadn't slept in 4 days. So he's drawn some casual contact. It's not enough to get the foul from the referee, but he's drawing contact, and we got the crying baby, and I land.
That's a terrible flight.
Oh, yeah, this is tough. And then...
Were you in the middle seat?
Get to the airport. No, I was aisle. So he's just drawing contact on this side. That's what I was trying to... I was on that side of the plane. Anyways, good podcast. I land, and so I land at like 6:30 a.m. at JFK, and I was in kind of a tight spot because I was too scared to venture into the city, because now I'm going to get on commuting trains into the city without real intention where to go. I'm going to get on a couple trains to go to a coffee shop in the city. Are you out of your mind? So I was like, I think I'm just going to chill at JFK. Luckily, I flew JetBlue. So the JetBlue area at JFK was kind of nice. So I just kind of posted up, busted out the laptop, did some things, so dude, this was kind of messed up too. So because the flight got delayed, none of the stores were open in the terminal. And there were no vending machines. So normally I'm going to grab a water before the flight guy, but there was nowhere to grab a water. So when I'm doing my fake sleep and wake up routine, I wake up and I'm dehydrated. I'm about to die.
Guy's got your dick in his
Guy's
hands.
grabbing my wiener. And so, yeah, I grabbed a couple beverages, met up with you. We did our city excursion. I finally braved the train. I did all right. It's kind of easy when you think about it, but I'm not a big thinker.
We went to Brooklyn by accident.
And then later on, we went to Brooklyn. Our buddy Jack was a huge help yesterday. We got.
We're so dumb when you think about this. So he goes, get on the E train. It's go to the end of the line and get out, and then you'll be there at Fulton Street. And we're like, okay.
Yeah.
So Jake and I are like, this is so easy. When the train stops and everyone on the train gets off, we'll get off with them. Easy as can be. So we're on the train, and it goes, and we look out the window, and we're like, yo, this stop is Fulton Street. That's where we want to go. We're like, yeah, but there's clearly more lines. Like, there's more line. This isn't the end of the train. So we look at each other like, it's probably the next stop is also going to be Fulton.
Yeah.
Next stop was in Brooklyn. We went underneath the water.
Half an hour away.
Jack meant it's the end of the line in Manhattan.
Because you'd think someone would be able to figure that out, but
kind of dumb. We looked at each other like, yeah, we should have got out the stop that was our stop.
Different.
Fulton.
It's just such a different world in the city. We saw an old man and a young man have like a nice verbal spat, like as far as you could verbally spat before actually throwing fists, which was kind of cool.
Old man was going. He was doing the man spread. Is that what they call it?
I mean, he was taking up some room, but I mean, the other guy wasn't a small guy, and he sat next to him. Like, that's kind of on you, dude. And then I think the shoe game came into play. I think he said he spiked my shoes, so that got dangerous. And then we went to a cool event. Brian Hoke, Mark Feinstein, and their book release party, Mission 27. Some snacks there, a bunch of beat reporters and stuff. So that was kind of cool. It's cool when Papi Gordo throws on a sports blazer and we throw elbows with the celebs. Celebs strong, but good long day. Drive back. Give me a 6 flat. I mean, for a red eye, you that's about as high as you could go when you take a red eye flight.
I'm going 7-4.
Yeah.
Did something we're not going to do a lot. I
Right.
didn't have the
Right.
sexual assault and the baby crying, so
Right.
I'm good. All right, let's move on. Hey, breaking news. We're not doing tri-state news anymore. We're just going to do national storylines and then weird news stories with YouTube growth and with where our audience is. We thought it was going to be more just tri-state localized people. Turns out it's not. It's more just people all over the country. So which is actually awesome. So I'm sure when the tri-state news makes the national news, we will be talking about
Probably
it.
more of a emphasis.
Say that again.
Emphasis.
Maybe like football season, we'll go back to talking about the Giants more.
G-Man.
I don't know. Here we go. The national news with Jake Storiale.
Jimmy, intern Luke. NBA Finals start tonight. We've got your Toronto Raptors with Nick Nurse and Kawhi Leonard, who look just like the Like Mike movie cover that came out over the weekend. That was kind of cool, kind of weird. Kerr, Steph, Clay, Dre, Iggy, Azalea, nudes leaked. And the Warriors defend their title. Got you with that one. We'll see what it looks like. We'll talk a little basketball. We'll get some educated and uneducated Jimmy opinions. Zion signs with CAA. That's some basketball drama news. We'll talk about that. Cricket World Cup. England's as the favorite in England. Cubs. Baseball. Almora hits a kid with the line drive. Scary moment. Turns out now everyone likes Albert Almora. LeBron and Wade's kids are teaming up in high school basketball. Chelsea wins the league in Europa. They're actually sad. They're disappointed by the season. Brad Calipari, our good friend, is transferring from Kentucky, where his dad's a coach. St. Louis Blues win in overtime over the Bees. Yanks Sox start today. Also, Twins Rays, kind of a cool baseball series. And the Memorial Golf Tournament is underway.
Lots of little things going on, huh?
Lots of cool, little quirky stuff.
Lots of cool. And quick update on the cricket. Saudi Arabia needs 132 runs in 96 balls to win. So it's looking tough for them. England's currently up 311 out of 8 to 180 out of 6.
So it's in England, and that's kind of why they're the favorites, I think. And they expanded the tournament this year, so they were like, England's the favorite. Here's the second favorite, and I think it was Bangladesh or one of those countries, and it was 1 out of 125. It was awful odds. So I'm not as locked into cricket as I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like cricket, it used to come down to the same 3 teams. So I figured the odds would be 3-1, 5-1. No, the odds are terrible. Is cricket a total crapshoot?
Well, Saudi Arabia has a bunch of players with only one hand.
How does that tie in?
It's harder to play cricket when you only have one hand.
Absolutely. But that would be one team that would be in a tough spot.
I'm giving you just that's the only info I know.
Okay.
I can't speak on the odds of the other stuff. But the reason why England's so favored over Saudi Arabia is because of the one hand situation.
All right. Well, I we'll check in on the rest of the tournament in a little bit. Jim, what do you like, Jim? Well, that's why we started with cricket, I guess. But what else jumps out to you here?
Okay. The basketball, obviously, I don't care that much. The Like Mike movie cover was interesting.
Yeah.
The Warriors are going to win, and parity in the NBA sucks. And there you go.
You're not in on Toronto.
Actually, no. I'm rooting for the Warriors to
Okay.
win. I'd rather the dynasty than have Drake be annoying
Okay.
and have Kawhi's antics from last year pay off.
Yeah, that's the Drake stuff. Yeah, I mean that's tough. You're right. Like rewarding Kawhi from last year is kind of an awful look.
Yeah.
Basically sitting out a healthy C zone. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see how game one at the Oracle. That place is gonna be jumping, Jim.
Yeah. We have a guy in the chat who's rooting for Uruguay cricket team, but he can't even spell Uruguay correctly.
Oh no, he's calling us.
No, he's a big fan of Uruguay.
I think he said you're gay. Love talking to the fans. We I don't know, man. I'll say this. What's gonna be cool basketball wise about this series is Kawhi. Okay, so the Warriors are a cheat code on offense, like they have been for the better part of this decade now.
Mhm.
Kawhi is a cheat code on defense. So like he's able to shut off one part of your broken sink at a time. That's a terrible equation. I just compared the
What?
Warriors offense to a broken sink. It
What?
was supposed to be the cure. But like if they say like let's like they're gonna try different things until they find something that works. That's kind of what they did in Milwaukee. Milwaukee almost went up 3-0. It was a double overtime game. They could have won. So I don't know. I think we're gonna look back and we're gonna say that fact a lot. Like, well, Milwaukee almost beat these guys. So I think it's gonna be fairly high and tight. But it's gonna be kind of fun seeing if Nick Nurse can actually coach. You think he'll change his name to Nick Coach at some point?
That was a bad joke.
Would that be cool?
That would
If
be
he
cool.
actually did that, you would love it.
Then you have to call him Coach.
Coach.
Like Aaron Judge's grandpa, Judge.
Coach.
Judge, please.
So I mean,
I'm innocent.
I think we should push for that. I think Coach is a really cool term. They're gonna find something that works, whether it's putting Kawhi on Steph, Claymont, or Dre. And then I think that's when the series is going to be fun for like a game and a half. And then Kerr's going to be like, "No, screw it. Let's just beat these guys.
Let's just win."
Let's just beat these guys." So
Jacob in the chat says that your analogy was actually good because the wet sink's still going to get you wet as fuck.
that's why they used to call me that. That's girls don't like me.
Don't hook up with Jake. He's like a wet sink.
It's like a wet sink. It's broken and inconvenient.
So my neighbor,
Yes.
Calipari's son.
Yes.
Do you want to go walk over to his house and knock on the door
Should
and
we
ask
interview
him
him
with
right
the mics?
now? What's going on, guys?
That would be so. He'd say, "This is my vacation home."
Do you know the whole like Brad Calipari thing that was going on during the season?
His son? No.
Yeah. So his son is like, I mean, his son is high and tight, fresh outfits, like bringing it. And obviously didn't play because he's on Kentucky. He's the coach's son. That's why he's there. So I'm interested to hear like why he's transferring. Like, does he think he could go somewhere and ball out?
Why don't we just go ask the son? I'm sure he's at the beach house as well.
That's what I'm saying. I'm okay with going over there asking what's up.
They
If
live-
you had to guess, what do you think's happening?
I think he was like, "Dad, do you think I can get any minutes next year?" And he said, "Son, no." He said, "Well, Dad, do you think that I should maybe transfer so I can go somewhere where I can play?" And his dad was like, "That's a small list of schools, but have at it."
Yeah, I think Brad. I think you.
If you go to Kentucky, I don't have to pay any money for your schooling, right?
Right.
He says, "But Dad, you're really rich."
Yeah, that's the contrary there.
So there's a good back and forth between Calipari and Calipari.
Do you think a voice was raised?
Mom's voice?
Intern Luke, get a swag pic of looking at him.
No, I think Mrs. Calipari's voice was raised because she's a Jersey girl, and all she was saying was no fighting in the house. And then they said,
if Bradley wants to transfer, he can transfer, John. Yeah.
She's not like a 1920s New Yorker.
Why not?
I don't know. I haven't
Why
seen
not?
her.
Okay.
I haven't seen her.
So you're wrong. She could be. Probably not from the 20s, but
yeah,
we'll get the full report on that at the local Dunkin' Donuts.
He's probably sitting there right now.
Shit.
Actually, I think he's a weekend only guy down here, but we'll see. All right, this Almora baseball news. Intern Luke just pulled up a picture of. Is that him?
Yeah.
That picture should never be taken.
I think.
What did you Google?
So the picture we're looking at is when they do like the preseason pictures, and it's like do something cool, like put the ball between your hands and flex. Or,
is that the second picture that comes up when you Google Brad Calipari and you click Google Images?
He's doing an around the back pass, and when I say around the back, I don't mean the cool like Magic Johnson around the back pass. I mean the behind your neck.
What you search?
Brad Calipari tattoo.
Brad Calipari tattoo. If you search that, it's the first picture that comes up.
He's doing the behind your neck pass, which if you've played basketball, that's a turnover. No one's ever gotten an assist doing that pass. Believe me, I've tried.
The photographer who took that picture has never played or watched basketball in her life, and even she said to him, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
I think he only took that picture to do a butt flex. He's got a classic butt flex pic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's the girl's trick. You put one leg up. Yeah, you step on something. Yeah, that's a terrible picture.
Albert Almora, Jim.
Albert Almora, this was, what's the word I'm searching for? Like human, very human moment in the middle of a baseball game. Almora was in Houston, right? Yeah, interleague play. Cubs versus Astros. And he hit a foul ball down the left field line that hit. I don't have the facts on these, but what I read, and I didn't check this morning, was, and if someone in the chat that knows, let me know, hit a 4-year-old girl. And we saw this happen 2 seasons ago when Todd Frazier hit a little girl at Yankee Stadium, and Matt Holliday was standing on second base crying.
Yeah.
And Almora just immediately started breaking down like, oh, no. And then there was a footage of him just completely broken down in the arms of a security guard, crying, looked like crying his eyes out because he, what just happened? What did he do? And what I read, I don't know if this is true or not, because it could have just, if it's false and someone was just writing this as a joke on the internet, go fuck yourself. Right. But it was that they said the little girl went to the hospital as precaution. She's going to be okay. And that when Almora was crying in the security guard's arms, it was like tears of joy that it was okay. Like, oh, thank God, everything's okay. I don't know the facts, but that's what I read.
Yeah, it was kind of not to do the full silly spin on it, but it was like not good PR for Almora, but like you saw how sad he was, and you're like, dude, that sucks. And then we read that part where it was like he was hugging out of happiness because she was okay, and you're like, that's even like cooler. Like he was that happy about it. So I don't even Google it, because let's live life thinking that's true, and then if we have to discuss it tomorrow, we can. I mean, we would have heard by now if the little girl like wasn't okay.
Oh, there's a picture of the little girl here.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, because I think the Todd Frazier little kid was not okay, and we never heard anything. With the things that we heard that leaked out were bad. So I don't know. But I said to you, like, I will be an Almora fan now.
Yeah.
Because he showed that he's a human.
Yeah.
And not a robot. And not just a dick playing a game.
And isn't it nuts that that's kind of all fans like want athletes?
Be relatable? Yo.
No, just be human.
How do I kick this kid out of the chat?
Just be human. Tide user on this channel? I don't know. It's even worse. What else do we got? We got LeBron and Wade's kid teaming up in high school.
Oh, here's a terrible thing. When you said this, I was like, I hope they get their asses kicked. And I didn't mean in basketball. I meant like.
Oh.
I meant like I hope they go play like.
You're hoping like 14-year-old kids get their ass kicked.
No,
That's
like
what you just said.
like
That's what you just said.
I presented in a way that I felt bad for thinking it, but I did think like, okay, here's the thing.
Right.
If they travel to somewhere that's like a not nice place, which they're not going to do because they're probably playing AAU rich basketball.
Right.
But if they were to go play like a Compton high school and they were like whooping them in basketball
Right.
and running up the score and like, yo, we're blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And
Like
those
70,
kids were like,
it's 70-20
like,
at halftime, and then it's like, all right, you're going to get some bows.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. I get that.
That's
Yeah.
what I was hoping
No.
for. Like, oh, your life's basketball, my life isn't, so I'm just gonna knock you out.
What are you going home to after this?
Hey, LeBron, this your son? Bye.
No, LeBron probably like it, like toughen him up a little bit.
No.
Yeah, man. That's it. That's tough love. Here's what I will say. Other end of this spectrum, I feel like everyone has like an extended family friend or a friend growing up, or like your mom or dad that has someone that they tell you to call them your aunt or uncle, and then you find out what aunt and uncles are, and that's not your aunt and uncle. But like
my parents, my family is strict against that.
Right.
But yes, a lot of people do that.
Yeah. And it's but I mean, you probably have like I don't know, if Luke was younger like that those kids they have, I don't know. Anyways, Jeff, the tall guy, is that his name?
Yeah. They call my mom and my dad their aunt and uncle, or they did back in the day.
Exactly. But it would be like the equivalent of those kids. Like, dude, think about that. Like, that'd be cool. Like, we're friends. We see each other on like a family vacation, or we see each other at dad's game here and there. But like, they're not your friends. You know, you don't go to school with them and stuff. And now it's like, yo, we're teaming up. This is cool.
Oh, I forgot what the original part of this was. It
Yeah.
was about Bron's son and Wade's son. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like your summer friend. You go to this summer town every year. And
All
you guys
that
are
needs to
friends.
happen is like Bron's son, Wade's son, some other kid that's really good. Maybe he's got a dad we know, maybe he doesn't. Take one photo on a banana boat and they like hashtag it banana boat gang .2 for the world to fully hate these 14-year-olds.
They should they go banana boat.
The two of them should sit on what's a lesser fruit, like a pickle boat.
They should, okay, couple weird thoughts go in my head. A, they share a banana split. That's kind of how my brain
share a
works.
banana. Lady in the Tramp style banana.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we were. And then I also pictured them doing the banana boat, but it's Dwayne Wade's kid, LeBron's kid, and then just actually Carmelo Anthony. Just like, yeah, these guys are playing in the Big Three tournament next week.
Hey, did you hear about the NBA, what they want to do? You know how the English Premier League goes on, and then the Championships tournament cup goes on intermittently?
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know and don't follow soccer, there's the English Premier League happens throughout, and then like randomly your team will go play in a different
Champions League or
Champions
Europa
League,
which Chelsea just won. Or
it's like the top 4 finishers from the season before go to this other tournament from like
the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, for all other things. So the NBA is thinking that's an option they may do instead of the All-Star game, is have this like 3-on-3 cup that happens throughout the NBA season as an alternate tournament. That's one option. The other option was a like bracket, a 3-on-3 bracket tournament for people that aren't in the playoffs, all-stars that didn't make the playoffs or aren't in the finals, to do it after the season. But both ideas sound like, I'm not against them. They sound interesting to me.
Yeah.
And basketball doesn't have the history MLB has, or they're not as stubborn about their history as MLB. Like, they're fine with changing things.
Yeah.
Like, we are
open to change.
They're an entertainment league.
Right. I would say in the next 5 years, they're going to do something fun with the playoffs. Either like a lot of people want to see them do, instead of 1 through 8 East, 1 through 8 West, they just do a 1 through 16 seeding. The only problem there is like travel. Like if you get Portland versus Orlando, like that kind of sucks for teams. But I mean, airplanes fly nowadays. Like, get over it. NBA will do something cool in the coming years. It starts getting tricky because if you add extra things, you got to pay players more, and owners never want to do that because they feel like it's giving up power. But we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yank Sox start today. What do you got?
Well, I mean, I'm obviously so biased.
No,
but
come on.
I mean, one of the games is on Fox, the other's on ESPN, national games. It's Yankees versus Sox. It's a 4-game set. You saying the chat just got you really good.
I'm so dumb. Dosky Brothers in the chat just got me good with one of my own quotes I said seconds ago. Airplanes fly, get over it. So dumb. I'm so dumb.
At least you like yourself.
Go Yankees. No.
I was excited about the Yankees Sox, and then I don't even want to get into this conversation. But you put Twins Rays as if that's in the same even remote. They're not even rivals.
Better records. Better records than Yankees Sox right now.
The Rays don't have a better record than the Yankees.
They have a better record than the Red Sox. Twins have a better record than the Yankees. Better records.
Twins are a joke.
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for here?
He hates Twins Rays or Yankees Sox?
I don't hate the Twins. I don't hate the Twins. They have a good team.
You don't think they're good? You called them a good team?
They have a good team.
All right.
But people are overhyping them in May when they get
Right.
60 free games.
Right.
Like, if the Twins go to the playoffs, they better not be like a lock.
Right.
They better be favored to be an early round exit.
Jake Odorizzi looks really good. Like that drop.
That was the soundboard right there.
That was a soundboard.
Jake Odorizzi looks really good.
I think that's it.
You want me to do a random sound drop for you?
Sure.
Pick a letter. I have intern Luke.
Luke.
Pick a letter on the keyboard.
Big moment for intern Luke.
L. L.
Girls are bad. Halftime. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle, ref.
Okay. A. Aaron presents. Let me block this dude.
Give him a mute. That guy.
How do I block this guy from? I don't want him to be able to be like.
I feel like for halftime show, should we circle back on the cricket?
Hide user on this channel.
I think so.
Remove.
Yeah.
Like, I like that you're here, Aaron, and I'd love it if you stuck around, but you're obviously a child.
Yeah.
So.
The chat is doing great things today, except one guy. And so now we're highlighting him. This is like what the MLB does before they realize, like, you can't show streakers on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. He's gone. All right. Halftime show.
What didn't you get off your chest about the cricket match?
Whenever we talk about cricket,
right.
I have 2 stories from my personal life.
Right. You're a young boy.
I played cricket on the schoolyard in Holy Family Elementary, Lindfield, New South Wales.
Yeah.
And that was pretty good.
Okay.
So that's one. I was a hurler. No, that's pretty good, Jake. Can't bend your elbow.
Didn't say anything.
And then the other thing is my dad once went to like a company outing when we were in Australia.
Oh, you told me this.
To play cricket. And it's like a 7-hour event.
Yeah.
And the guys just play cricket.
Yeah, it's a getaway from the wives. It's golfing in Wales.
But if you don't
golfing in Wales, imagine.
If you don't know how cricket works, is one batter gets up there, and until you get him out 3 times, he just keeps hitting, right. And he can foul off as many. They're not fouls. He can hit the ball in any direction he wants and not run. So basically, a foul ball, like nothing happens.
Right.
He just keeps going. So one dude can bat for like 2 hours, and you got to go through the whole roster. My dad made some diving catches. He was very proud of himself.
Oh yeah, I could see him making some plays.
But he was supposed to not like know the sport at all.
Right.
I think he was running out there like a madman.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was definitely like, he was the guy on the pickup basketball court that you're like, dude, you're doing some really cool stuff. You're also doing some really weird and bad stuff. Stop that.
I think I can picture my dad. I don't know how he dove and caught the balls, but I can picture them in my head pretty well. I'm guessing there was a hot dog roll after.
Ooh,
like you dive and then you roll over your shoulders and then he pops up with both hands up with the ball in one hand, and then he may have taken a bow.
See, I was picturing that.
Can you picture that, Luke? Like
I was picturing that, except midway through the roll, he puts the whole ball in his mouth and he goes, "Where is it? Where is it?" And he spits it out.
He can't. Cricket balls are big
Yeah.
and really hard.
Gonna take my horse to the hotel room. I'm gonna
Fuck
my
my
horse. Oh, whistle rap.
I read the news today, oh boy, and all the news was rather sad. But I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
Lake Winola residents are shocked by the baseball-sized hail that came down. How many bones would you break to get laid? Incels are going under the knife to reshape their faces and their dating prospects. A Japanese man assaulted his wife after learning she was trolling his YouTube videos for 6 months.
Wow.
Might be fair. Police are investigating a stabbing at a slaughter park. Is that weird or ironic? I don't know what a slaughter park is. I don't know. It sounds. I'm interested. The cops beat up a teen after the bank teller mistook his erection for a pistol. You can't be walking into a bank hot like that. That's
Agree.
a woman lost 10 years of memories after she pooped with excessive force. That has to be a fake story. It might be The Onion. I don't know. I didn't check. It has to be a fake story. And a woman attacked the Burger King manager after being denied free fries in the lovely state of Florida. And in Sacramento, a man gets 3 years in prison for selling toxic fertilizer as a diet pill. Did they lose weight? Is what I would ask.
I read the news today, oh boy, and
I mean, toxic diet pill is kind of the ultimate diet. I mean, those people could weigh 15 pounds by now if the termites have started eating them.
Yeah, let's look into this here. A Sacramento man who made more than 700 grand, wow, selling toxic fertilizer as a diet pill, was sentenced Tuesday to 3 years in federal prison. Does he get to keep the money? Because I don't know. It's not that bad of a trade-off.
All right, we need a couple things. How many people died? How many people lost weight?
Okay, Scott Edward Cavell, 36, who pleaded guilty earlier this year to selling misbranded drugs across state lines, was sentenced Tuesday for interstate commerce. Prosecutors said that between 2015 and 2017, Cavell and others marketed a drug called 2,4-dinitrophenol for weight loss and fat burning.
How many people have died?
They didn't say this. I mean, fucking, who's this guy?
I mean, if we've got 1.5 deaths and we've got a couple people losing weight,
What if we have 0 deaths?
toxic fertilizer.
Do I have to tweet at this reporter?
Yeah, tweeted Bradford Betts.
Hey, Brad.
He said he's a grammarian. Oh, loser.
Okay. I hate when I have to tweet at the reporters because they don't put any of the
Right.
details
How many people died?
about the weight, about the
diet, toxic diet.
about the
pills.
toxic diet pills. Did anyone that took it die?
And if so, how many?
If
This is
so,
this is an interactive show on a lot of levels.
if so, how many? About the toxic diet pills. Did anyone that took it die? If so, how many? Did anyone lose weight?
If so, how many? Yeah, good job.
If so, how many total combined
Get them all
LBs?
on a scale.
This guy better respond to me because you wrote a poor article.
Describe his profile picture on Twitter in 5 words.
Like basic long-headed white guy.
Yeah, it is a long head. Long head. Not Hey Arnold style the other way.
Okay, so yeah, I mean we can't really talk about this article
Once we get an update from Bradford, we'll circle back on that.
because let me
Bradford looks like he's acting.
let me present to you a scenario.
Okay.
No one died. They all lost weight, but it just wasn't a sanctioned drug. It was a guy.
We're so much on this guy's side.
Yeah, it was a guy who he ate fertilizer once.
Made 700 grand. Lost some weight.
Help people out.
All right, I'll give you a scenario. 250 people die. All right. I guess we got it. We got it.
What if one person died, but they were 99 anyway?
What's the over? No, it's not doing over under on deaths. Like, how few deaths would there have to be for you to be like still vested in this? If there's like 3.
No, one death, he should go to jail because he killed someone.
Right, but you wouldn't have one question mark on that? Like one death after selling 700K in pills? It could have been related to other things. That's what I'm saying.
You have to go find me that dude's health chart.
Like I think
was it like a 500-pound dude? It wasn't lasting long anyway.
If there's 2 deaths, I would be like, I need to see some autopsy facts. Anything over 2, I'm like, nope.
Okay. Can we click this this woman who lost 10 years of memory pooping? It's on worldofbuzz.com. It has to be a fake article.
I mean, I can't read this, man. This is like a big part of my life.
Pooping too hard?
Yeah.
You told me the other day all your poops come out nice and easy and solid.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just a big part of my life.
Pooping.
Like I have friends that'll be like, "Oh man, I'm pooped 2-3 days now."
Oh, here's good news.
And that shocks me.
This is okay, guys. Okay.
If I don't poop multiple times a day, I'm in a bad place.
Okay, Jake. Her family members discovered that she had forgotten everything that happened to her over the past 10 years, and this lasted for 8 hours. Sounds like she was asleep. Sounds like she went to sleep for 8 hours.
She took a nap. This was me the past 3 days not having sleep. This woman needed to sleep.
Yeah, this woman just needed
to sleep. All right, so that's good news.
Her worried family sent her to the hospital thinking that there was something wrong with her brain. When the doctors checked on her, they found her to be completely normal.
Yeah. Okay. Get this out of here.
So she was sick, tired, and had a real big poop.
Woman takes a nap. We talk about it.
Okay. This is a story that we both laughed at, which could be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, we could be pretty invested in it.
This is risky.
We may have to go through this same situation someday.
Japanese man assaulted his wife after learning she trolled his YouTube videos for 6 months.
Okay. The article starts out with a stock image, which you know where I am on stock images.
You don't.
But it's actually a pretty good stock image.
Before we read the article,
yes,
what it would take for me to be on this man's side,
right,
would be if he didn't really hurt her,
right,
and if she started like an army of trolls, like she led like a nation.
Ooh, if she wasn't okay,
like she was always the top comment with like 700 upvotes, and it was like, this guy fucking sucks. He should kill himself. And everyone was like, yeah, he should. Yeah, he should. Then I'm kind of on his side. Like, come on, wife, that's fine. Okay, here's the story. On May 21st, I don't care. 44-year-old man stands trial accused of confining and assaulting his 36-year-old wife in their Inokuma area apartment after he learned that she had been sabotaging his attempts to become a YouTuber for over half a year. Prior to the incident, the man began posting videos highlighting some of the restaurants in the city and sightseeing spots and collecting revenue from the number of views he got on YouTube. However, in addition to the clicks, he was also getting several offensive and negative comments such as idiot and baldy.
Yeah, currently on her side.
Those are offensive, currently on her side.
those comments are like accurate.
We were
minus baldy.
That's just ball busting. We were unable to find any of the suspects' videos, but searching had revealed a distinct lack of interesting videos on any channel about that city. So I don't know. And he learned it was his own wife who was typing.
Like a mockumentary.
He allegedly kicked her in the face.
I think this guy wrote this article.
If he did, there'd be links to his videos to promote them.
Right.
No, I'm fully on the wife's side. This guy,
yeah,
he was supposed to be a husband, and instead he was making videos that no one cared
about.
That was
the only cool part of that article?
The stock image?
The word confining.
What's
confining's like a nice way of saying like you're trapped, right?
Yeah, kidnapping.
Like, is that a kidnap? That's like, is that casual kidnapping?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? They shared an apartment, and he was like, "You're not leaving until you stop calling me Baldy." And she's like, "I wish I could, Baldy." But grow some hair.
Yeah.
Grow some hair right now, and I won't comment anymore. Be kind of mean.
It's yeah. He just concentrates really hard.
I'm done with this couple.
Okay, we're over it. We're fully on the woman's side.
Yeah.
This article says that incels are going under the knife to reshape their faces and their dating prospects to get laid.
Incels?
Oh, you don't know what an incel is?
No.
Okay, so incels.
Luke, you know what an incel is? How do you think it's spelled right now, by the way?
Yeah, it's a word. So
Okay,
INCEL, incel.
Okay, so
Incel.
educate us.
Okay, so an incel is like a neckbeard.
Could not be saying it right.
A neckbeard.
Yeah.
You know those are like the people. Like a neckbeard is a class of like internet gross guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like wear fedora hats and collect
Sure.
collect katana swords
Yeah.
and shit.
10 years, I call that.
So incels are these people that they have never been laid, and instead of understanding that it's because they are slovenly and gross and don't know how to socialize, they blame it on the women.
Right.
And incels are actually like attacking women. Places like that guy shot up a yoga place recently.
Okay.
Was an incel, and they have this community.
Is incel just like a different word for loser?
It's like this specific kind of loser.
Okay.
So there's incels have their own like terms and shit. Like they call all like jock good looking guys like Brads.
Right.
Or something like that. I forget. So this incel, like this whole like there's like subreddits and it's crazy.
Okay.
So this guy's is saying that some incels are now getting their faces having surgery on them to make them not ugly anymore, so they can get laid.
Smart.
It's better than just blaming women.
Yeah.
It's addressing the problem. Why don't women like me? It must be my ugly face.
This whole thing seems like an oxymoron for me. These people dislike people think people are to blame for them not being good looking, so they're getting surgery to become better looking. Isn't that like, haven't we circumvented the problem there?
Yeah, I guess. Would you ever get?
Would you break a bone to get? All right, let's take a step back. It's been 5 years. You're grinding. You never met your beautiful significant other, and you just can't get any butt. And someone says, "Hey, here's the deal. I made a deal with the devil. We're gonna break your pinky toe."
My pinky toes never touched the ground, so that's.
And you get laid.
My pinky toes as useless as it could be.
Right, but it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, but it won't affect me further in life. So it's actually I don't care about the getting laid part.
What's the biggest bone you could break to get laid?
None.
Now that's a question.
None.
We just said your pinky toe.
No, I'm saying that was a good choice by you.
Right.
Because I could like if it was like 10 grand.
Right.
That's the first place I'd go. Like my pinky toe, useless.
Right.
My pinky toe, for anyone that doesn't know, it sits on top of the toe next to it.
Right. Neighbor toe.
It's never touched the ground. The flat part of my pinky toe.
Oh, it's touched the ground.
No.
You.
Well, I would have to.
Your foot's on an
it doesn't naturally touch the ground. I would have to like touch the ground. It just like piggybacks the other toe. Right. So someone just came in the chat and said, "What are you guys talking about?"
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, for me, it's like my femur. What's next?
You are an incel.
Ow.
I think that's all. There was a baseball-sized hail in Winola. So good for that. And the cops beat up a teen after the bank.
This was huge.
This is huge. So this teen went in.
We almost missed this.
I mean, the cops really kicked the shit out of this teen. The bank teller said he had a gun, but it was just his erect penis.
Yeah.
Jamal Freeman was brutally beaten by 6 police officers after trying to flee the scene until he surrendered and was arrested 6 blocks away. The 17-year-old that miraculously survived the salvo of gunshots currently lies in an coma state. Shit. Camera footage showed that the young man was apparently in full erection while waiting in line and thus confused the bank teller in thinking he was concealing a weapon in his pants He reached for something in his pants. I thought it was a gun.
Yeah, it turns into a whole racial thing at the end a little bit.
Here's a quote.
Oh wow.
Here's a quote from his dad.
You can say it.
Here's a quote from his dad. Jamal has always had a very, very large penis, even when he was a kid. His dad even nicknamed him the Big Black Boa. So that was the mom quoted him.
That was the mom.
That was his mom said.
Yeah.
His mom said Jamal has always had a very, very large penis.
This is real, right? Because there's a ton of Facebook shares. There's 83,000 Facebook shares.
Well, yeah, this will get the shares. It looks real. There's a picture of him, but beat the shit. I don't know.
That's well, okay. Let's cover a couple things here. A bank teller's biggest fear is someone pulling a gun on them, right?
Yeah.
Like that's your worst case scenario as a bank teller.
Yeah.
So you see someone with something big pointing at you, you're gonna lean gun over penis. I know.
It's on your mind.
I know they would with me,
Mm-hmm.
but if you do some quick math there, it wouldn't add up.
Oh, it looks like this is fake news.
Oh my god. I've got advice for the people.
Yeah.
Don't shit where you eat. One time I was in an aloof mode and I went on a date with one of my bank tellers and we had a nice time, but I didn't want to like actually date her, and then I couldn't go to that bank anymore. It really sucked. I had to go 2 towns away to go to the bank if I needed to do something.
Because say this again. You wanted to date her. You shit your pants at the bank.
No, we went. That's a different story. I've got a couple banks there. No, she was just my bank teller. I was in one of those loopy Jake modes, like crazy eye Jake.
Put your face through here. It's better through here. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
So I mean, this is what she sees. No, and I was just like, I deposited my check. This is back in the day before direct deposit, and like the bank was about to close because it's bank hours. It was like 6-7 p.m. And she was like, "What are you doing with your weekend?" And I was like, "Well, I think we're gonna go out to dinner tonight." And she like went for it. Like that's how crazy of a mode I was in, and that's why again the break my femur thing, not that far off. We had an okay time. We weren't a match at all. But then like I don't
She
know.
was looking for like successful tall
She was
hot.
looking for a successful tall hot. She was like no, she was really into like cars and stuff.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
she was tough, and like I don't know, like we weren't a match, so like I kind of faded away, and there was like she wanted to hang out more, and I was like no.
No, I'm not. I don't want to hear you talk about cars anymore.
And then so yeah, I couldn't go to my bank. Anytime I had to go to the bank, like after work Fridays when I used to get paid, I'd have to go 3 towns away.
Why are you going to the bank?
This was like 6 years ago. I didn't have direct deposit yet.
Yeah.
It's like right out of college.
I had direct deposit in college.
Yeah, it took time to set up.
What bank do you have?
I had People's in Connecticut.
People's do better. They're behind the game. That's all.
It was a different time.
Oh, we skipped. Good job. We have a producer now. So anyway, the boner story was completely false. Our bad. Not really.
Police investigate stabbing at Slaughter Park. Is Slaughter Park just the name of it? There's a stabbing there. That's tough.
Fox News South Texas.
It's a tough break.
See a Slaughter Park. Why are you allowed to name a place?
Could be named after great baseball player Enos Slaughter.
What if it's named after? What if it's like there's a slaughterhouse right next door? All the cows die, and they're like, "Well, what should we call this park?" Oh, dude, it's a playground.
Yeah. I mean, the story wasn't going to be happy at any point. Someone got stabbed.
But look at this. Look at this big sign they have for like "Welcome to Slaughter Park."
Well, Slaughter's like a last name,
and it's just a playground. Slaughter's an awesome last name.
Right?
Yeah, look at it. It's just 4 baseball fields and a playground. Slaughter Park.
Someone got stabbed there.
Did they die? Because that's bad. No. They didn't die?
Oh, all right.
Well, that's cool then.
That's a good story.
That is a cool story. Hey, where'd you get stabbed? Slaughter Park. That's badass.
That is cool.
That person should wear a T-shirt that says, I got stabbed at Slaughter Park.
No, it's tough, though.
I went to Slaughter Park and all I got was stabbed.
If you deliver that story well, it's really cool. If you don't, it's bad. It's like, yeah, I got stabbed at Slaughter Park. People are like, all right, guy, get out of here. If you go like, so, you know, I'm at this place, Slaughter Park in Texas, minding my own business, and then totally stabbed.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I should have saw it coming.
I'm okay.
Who stabbed you? No idea.
Don't care.
I was just standing at Slaughter Park with my eyes closed, waiting for something to happen.
All I remember is their eyes looking at me, because they're also my bank teller. You like that?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna do through this, but nobody really saw that.
No, I didn't like that. Hey, Luke, can you look up the definition of stabbed? Jake and I were trying to figure this out yesterday.
No. Jake figured this out yesterday.
I think you had it right. I think
Yes.
you did have it correct, but
Because you were misconstruing. I think the defining point is between stab and a poke.
yeah, he thinks you have to break a stabbing.
you
You have to
puncture.
puncture skin. What's the definition of stab?
You could stab the air.
Oh, interesting.
You're puncturing the air.
What's the definition? Read it to us.
Thrust a knife or other pointed weapon into someone. That's wound or kill. Or make a thrusting gesture or movement at something with a pointed object.
So I can stab a baby with my finger.
He poked someone's baby at the party last night and goes, "Oh, I shouldn't be stabbing this baby." And I was like, "Whoa, you're totally not."
You're mixing a lot of things.
No, I think I had it.
The conversation was before the party. But yeah. So now we've figured the definition of stab out. I think that's the end of the show. Oh, bet of the day.
Oh, wow.
Bet of the day. Wow.
Guess that's the end of the show then.
How long have we been going?
Timing for an hour.
Oh, okay. Good timing. Here we go.
Bet of the day, it's the bet of the day. Bet of the day, bet of the day.
You won this, bro.
Yeah. What did I pick?
Bet of the day. It's the bet of the
I
day.
think I lost.
Bet of the day. It's the bet of the
Yeah,
day.
they lost in overtime. Extras.
Who did?
The Angels, dude. Or no, the A's. I'm fucking cursed.
Who lost?
Dude, the A's lost in extras. They lost by 5 in extra innings.
Damn it. I agreed with you. All right. So
They
Jake.
lost by 5 in extras. I'm cursed.
Jake has lost again. He's cursed.
They scored 2 in the. I don't. Fuck it.
So Jake is now 47 and 49 lifetime. He was so hot at one point.
It was so hot.
He's so
I'm
hot,
paying for it.
and now he's not. He lost. But Jake, what are you going to do today? Make up for it, dude.
Well, Jim,
Why don't you just bet the under in the Yanks Sox game and give everyone money?
just time to get real damn hot. Yanks are gonna rock Sale, you know that. That'd be a really dumb bet. Jimmy, James,
Jomboy.
Easy. Freest money of free money. You're so mad you're about to agree with me and you don't even know it.
Okay.
Jimmy, game 1. And I got some bad news because I totally lied before. Golden State, Toronto. It's in Toronto.
Yeah.
In Toronto. Toronto's favorited by a point.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's do
So
it.
it's Golden State.
Why are they favorite? Why are they the favorite?
Because it's in Toronto and everyone's all jazzed up about Kawhi right now and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why people keep doing this. They forget how good Golden State is.
Yeah.
So,
Did we ever get news if Katie's playing, which team he's playing for, if he is playing?
ooh, that was reported yesterday. No, nothing yet. We still know he's going to be in Toronto.
Yeah. He could just be watching his
So-
teammates on.
Maybe first half with Golden State, second half with Toronto.
Yeah. That's cool.
Would be cool.
Jake is stupid, but he's smart.
Free money.
Gotta agree with you because here's the deal. Until the Warriors aren't the Warriors, they're the Warriors, and you just bet on them. But Jake, you've been losing a lot of bets lately.
So much.
You haven't won a bet this week.
But I think that's good news. I think I'm going to get hot again. I'm a streak player. You know that.
Yeah, but this is a bad streak right now. You're 1 for your last
Okay.
12.
Okay. Before that, I was like 10 for my last 12.
No, you had 9 wins.
1 loss?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was 9 for 1. So
9 for 10.
That's like a 500 3 weeks, which is kind of insane because there's just been no balance.
Yeah, so you suck.
No, all right.
Okay.
The Warriors.
That's
Go
the
Dubs.
that's the end of the show.
Dub up.
Thanks for watching. This was kind of a crazy one.
Oh, your song to take you out.
This song's someone's asking about spam. I don't know what my favorite flavor of spam is, but we did a blind taste test on this very YouTube channel of spam, in which I probably decided my favorite flavor, but I forget it. Here we go. Undertaker song. We're out. Pre-game show will be on later today. A bunch of other stuff. See ya. Oh!